One of the most persistent myths around trans people is that the majority of trans people regret transitioning. This myth stems from a deeply flawed study from 2011, or, as the Huffington Post put it,
for starters, the most cited study, Steensma, which alleges a 84% desistance rate, did not actually differentiate between children with consistent, persistent, and insistent gender dysphoria, kids who socially transitioned, and kids who just acted more masculine or feminine than their birth sex and culture allowed for. In other words, it treated gender nonconformance the same as gender dysphoria. Worse, the study could not locate 45.3% of the children for follow-up, and made the assumption that all of them were desisters. Indeed, other studies used to support this also suffered from similar methodological flaws. As a result, the 84% desistance figure is meaningless, since both the numerator and denominator are unknown, because you have no idea how many of the kids ended up transitioning, numerator, and no idea how many of them were actually gender dysphoric to begin with, denominator. When Dr. Steensma went back in 2013 and looked at the intensity of dysphoria these children felt as a factor in persistence, it turned out that it was actually a very good predictor of which children would transition.
Other, more rigorous studies have been done, however, which show a very different picture, such as this study from 2014.
There were 15 regret applications corresponding to a 2.2% regret rate for both sexes. There was a significant decline of regrets.
Or the 2019 study from the UK that shows an even lower level of regret.
Of the 3,398 patients who had appointments during this period, 0.47%, expressed transition-related regret or detransitioned. Of these 16, 1 patient expressed regret but was not considering detransitioning, 2 had expressed regret and were considering detransitioning, 3 had detransitioned, and 10 had detransitioned temporarily. The reasons stated by patients for their regret or detransition included social factors, reporting physical complications, and changing their mind about their gender identity and identifying as their gender assigned at birth. The 16 patients consisted of 11 trans women, 2 trans men, 2 cis men, and 1 person assigned male at birth who said their gender identity was trans.
That study also shines a light on why people choose to detransition. And, no surprise, it's down to social factors. Of the small percentage of people who do detransition, 36% do so because of pressure from parents, 31% due to harassment and discrimination, 29% because of employment issues, with only 5% because gender transition wasn't right for them.